Testing, 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 testing. Shalom, Israel. We're the I.S.U.P.K. Start off 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under commanding General YAHANNA. We are not affiliated with any other Israelite group, any likeness of any other Israelite group. We've been in business since 1969 of understanding, but it actually forever.
That's right. That's right.
You know, we're the children of Israel. You know, under command of General YAHANNA, where we teach our people, man, here in the Sabbath service class and all during the week, and in camp services too, man. We're gonna do the Sabbath services on the Ark, you know, covenant. We're still in that, but you know, we'll move on as fast or slow as we need it. But we got troopers here, and we got the officers here. We got Officer Shar, we got Officer Kazamar, Kalatazar, Nayar.
That's right.
And Uncle Shapar, and we're gonna do our Sabbath services. And we got y'all. What we got over there in the chat? Who we got in our chat?
We got Trooper Kamawan checking in.
Trooper Lakamawan checking in.
Trooper Rockazat checking in.
Trooper Rockazat.
That's it right now.
All right. Okay. See, Amadi. We're gonna call up our first trooper here, candidate for reading. State your registry.
Kalapza, Banya Howda, Banya Shala.
Kalabza, Banya Howda, Banya Shala.
Yahabas, 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 Brakata.
Yahweh Shemesh Abrakata.
Lord Horn Shar.
Yas,
Lie.
Lai,
Lie, Yashiala.
Ya,
Take your time.
Salaki. Lai Shala.
Last Shala.
Yashiala. Go ahead and put that. All right. Pick up scrolls. We're going to turn Sarl Hakwiyam and face the east. What? On the bar.
This is the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawa,
Abanawa.
Shabbat Shemayim, Kodash, Hayah, Shamka, Yahweh, Malakoka, Taba'ah, Watazayaka, Hayah, Asha, Barazaza, Kawa, Hayah, Bashemayim, Nathan, Lanawa, Lakom, Kal, Yawam, Wasalak Lanawa, Kabawati Nawa, Kasalak Nawa, Kabawati Nawa, Wala'ah, Taba'ayanawa, Manasayawan, Abal, Hawashayanawa, Mayan, Rai, Kaya, Laka, Hamalakwa, Wahala, Wahatapara, La'awalamyam, Aman.
Aman. What he said in Hebrew, we say in English. Our Father,
which art in heaven,
hallowed be thy name.
hallowed be thy name.
Yahweh,
Yahweh, thy kingdom come, thy will be done, in earth as it is in heaven.
Give us this day, our daily bread. Forgive us our debts.
Forgive us our debts.
Forgive our debts.
As we forgive our debtors.
Lead us not into temptation,
but deliver us from evil.
For thine is the kingdom,
Thine is the kingdom,
power,
glory, forever.
So be it.
So be it.
On the bar.
Hakak, the power in the Hebrew. Yahweh. Bahashim Yahawashah. Babakashah. Natalanaw. Hakak. Lord Pa'ah. Ka Makala. Waka Marawa. Hakak. Latahar. Hamatazari. Hakak. Lahakwim. Hamakyim. Hakak. Arakawa. Hatama Allah. Lagarishan. Bahashim. Yahawashah. The water. Amen.
When he said in Hebrew, we say in the English, Lord, in the name of Yahushua.
Lord, in the name of Yahushua.
Please give us the power.
Please give us the power.
Power to heal.
Power to heal. All manner.
Let's do that again. The power to heal.
Power to heal.
All manner.
Of
sickness. And all manner. Of disease. The power to cleanse the lepers.
The power to cleanse the lepers.
The power to raise the dead.
The power to raise the dead.
The power against unclean spirits.
The power against unclean spirits.
To cast them out.
In the name of Yahushua. In the name of Yahushua.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it. Bless Israel in the Hebrew. Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushua, Barak Lanawa, Wayasha'ala, Wahabayah, Sapari, Barak, Rapa'ah, Magun, Hagun, all of Israel.
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 Commanding General YAHANNA.
Commanding General YAHANNA.
All of the generals.
All of the generals.
All of the captains.
All the captains.
All the officers.
All the officers.
All the families in the I.S.U.P.K.
All the families in the I.S.U.P.K. Bahashim Yahushua. The water. Amen.
What he said in the Hebrew, we said in the English. Lord, in the name of Yahushua.
Lord, in the name of Yahushua.
Bless us.
Bless us.
And Israel.
And Israel.
School. Bless, heal, shield, and protect.
Bless, heal, shield, and protect.
Our loved ones.
Our loved ones.
In the name of Yahushua.
In the name of Yahushua.
Thank you. So be it.
Thank you. So be it. This is Psalms 121. Asha'ai, Ayanya, Hahari, Mahayan, Yama'ah, Azariah, Ma'aim, Yahweh, Ashah, Shemaiah, Wa'aratazah, Aliyatan, Lamawat, Ragalka, Yanawam, Shamark, Hana'ah, La'ah, Yanawam, Wala'ah, Yayashan, Shawamah, Yasra'ala, Yahweh, Shamark, Yahweh, Tazolka, Aliyah, Yamyanka, Yawama, Hashamash, La'ah, Yakaka, Wayarak, Balayala, Yahweh, Yashamark, Makal, Rai, Yashamar, Asnapashka, Yahweh, Yashamar, Tazaatka, Wabawatka, Ma'ath, Wa'ai, our long.
What he said in Hebrew, we say in English. I lift up mine eyes.
I lift up mine eyes
to
the hills.
Which cometh my help?
From which cometh my help?
My help coming from the Lord.
My help come from the Lord.
Which made heaven and earth.
Which made heaven and earth.
He not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He said, I suffer thy foot to be moved.
He that keepeth thee will not slumber.
He that keepeth thee shall not slumber.
Behold. He that keepeth Israel.
He that keepeth Israel.
Neither slumber nor sleep.
Shall neither slumber nor sleep.
The Lord is thy keeper.
Lord is thy keeper.
The Lord is the shade upon thy right hand.
Lord is the shade upon thy right hand.
The sun shall not smite thee by day.
The sun shall not smite thee by
Nor
day.
the moon by night.
Nor the moon by night.
The Lord shall preserve thee.
The Lord shall preserve thee
from all evil.
From all evil.
He shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy soul.
The Lord shall preserve thy going out.
The Lord shall preserve thy going out.
And thy coming in.
And thy coming in.
From this time forth.
From this time forth.
And even evermore.
And even forevermore. This is Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Alahayo, Adamayah, Laka, Al Takarash, Wa'al, Tashakwat, Al, Kayahana, Awayabajika, Yahama, Yawan, Ra'ash. Alamka. Ya Aryamwa. Sawada. Wayata. Ya Atazawa. Al. Tazapanika. Amawa. Lakawa. Wanakakiram. Magawa. Wala I. Yazakar. Son. Yashra Allah. Awada. Kaya. Nawa Atazawa. Laba. Yakadwa. Alika. Bariyath. Yakarath. Ahalia. Arawam. Wa. Yashama. Ahali. Oh, so like it. Alayam. Mawa Abba. Wahagaria. Gabal. Wa'ai Mawan. Wa'ai Malak. Palasath. I'm Yasabia. Tazawa. Gum. Ashawa. Nalawa. Salaki. Nalawa. Salaki. Nalawa. Salaki.
Let's break it down.
Nalawa. Amar. Hayawa. Zarawa. Labani Lawat. Salah. Asha. Laham. Kabadye. Kasaya. Kasaya. Sara'ah. Kayabye. Banako. Kwayash. One. Nasamadwa. Ba'ayan. Da'ara. Hayawa. Daman. La'adma. La'adama. Salaki. Shayatamwa. Nada. Yapmawa. Kaya'ara. Wakazaba. Wakazabak. Wakatazal. Mana'ai. Ko. Nasaya Yakawamya. Ashar. Amawa. Nayarash. Lanawa. Af. Na'awath. Alahayim. Alahaya. Sayatamwa. Kagali. Kakwash. Lapanya. Raka. Ka'ash. Tama Ira. Wakala Abba. Talahat. Haryam. Kan. Taradatma. Ba'asarika. Basa'irika. Wabasa. Wabata. Tabalaham. Mala'a. Panyaham. Kolawan. Waya. Baswa. Shamka. Yahau. Yabashwa. Waya. Bahangwa. Adi'ai. Waya. Karpawawa. Waya. Abatwa. Waya. Da'awa. Kaya. Ata. Shamka. Yahawa. Labadka. Aliyawan. Al. Ka. Ha'arataza.
What he said in Hebrew, we said in English. Keep not thy silence.
Keep not thy silence.
O God.
O God.
Hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy peace.
And be not still.
And be not still.
O God.
O God.
For lo. Thine enemies.
Thy enemies.
Make a tumult.
Make a tumult.
And they that hate thee.
And they that hate thee.
Lift up their head.
And lift up their head.
Have taken crafty counsel.
That taken crafty counsel.
Against thy people.
Against thy people.
And consulted against thy hidden ones.
And consulted against thy hidden ones.
They have said.
They have said.
Come. And let us cut them off.
Let us cut them off.
From being a nation.
From being a nation.
In the name of Israel.
In the name of Israel.
And be no more.
And be no more in remembrance.
For they have consulted together.
For they have consulted together.
With one consent.
With one consent.
They are confederate against thee.
They are confederate against thee.
Tabernacles of Edom.
Tabernacles of Edom.
Ishmaelites.
Moab.
Hagarim.
Gabal.
And Ammon.
Amalek.
And
Amalek.
The Philistines. The inhabitants of Tyre. Ashur is also joined with them.
Ashur is also joined with them.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
They have hope in the children of Lot. So Lot.
Do it to them.
Do it to them.
As unto the Midianites.
As unto the Midianites. As to Syria. As to Jabin.
As the brook of
Kazan.
Which perish at Endor.
Which perish at Endor.
They become the dung of the earth.
They become as dung of the earth.
Make their nobles like a ram.
Make their nobles like a ram. And like Zayeb.
Yea, all the princes of Zabah.
Yea, all the princes of Zabah.
And Zamuna.
Who said,
let us take
to
ourselves
the house of God
in possession. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Make them like a wheel.
Make them like a wheel.
As to stumble before the wind.
As to stumble before the wind.
Fire that burns the wood.
As the fire burns the wood.
As the flame that set the mountains on fire.
As the flame set the mountain on fire.
So persecute them. With
thy tempest.
And make them afraid.
With thy storm.
Fill their faces with shame.
They may seek thy name.
Oh Yahweh.
Oh Yahweh.
Let them be confounded.
Let them be confounded.
In trouble forever.
In trouble forever.
Yea.
Yea.
Let them be put to shame.
Let them be put to
and
shame
perish.
and perish.
That men may know.
And men may know
that
that
thou,
thou,
whose name alone,
whose name alone
is Yahweh,
is Yahweh,
of the Most High,
of the Most High,
over all the earth.
over all the earth.
Sir. Put screws down. The Shabbat is all seated. We're going to pick up the Hebrew in Exodus 25 and 8 in the Hebrew. Is that what it is?
Exodus 25 and 38.
25 and 38, Salaki. 25 and 38 in the Hebrew. And then we're going to pick up 7 verses. And then we're going to pick up 7 verses in English, right?
That's right.
All right, let's go.
30.
Exodus 25 and 36.
I thought you said 38. No.
38.
Oh, 38. Salaki.
All right.
Exodus 25 and 38. Wamala. Pa. Koka. Yaha. Wamata. Wamaka. Tata. Yamkaha. Zaha. Zahaba. Taha. Wara. 39. Kakara. Zahaba. Taha. Wara. Ya'a. Shaha. Ataha. Ata. Kala. Hakala. Wam. Yam. Ha'ala. Ha. Verse 40. Wara'aha. Wa'asha. Salaka. Wa'ashaha. Bata. Baka. Bana. Yata. Yatam. Ashara. Ataha. Mara. Aha. Bahara. Chapter 26, verse 1. Wa'ata. Hama. Sha. Kana. Ta'a. Shaha. Ashara. Yara. Ya'ata. Shasha. Masha. Zara. Wata. Kala. Ta. Wa'ara. Ga. Mana. Wata. La'a. Ta. Shanaya. Kara. Baya. Salaki. Kara. Bayama. Bayam. Ma'a. Shaha. Kashaba. Ta'a. Shaha. Atam. Verse 2. Aran ka. Hawa. Haya. Roya. Ha. Ha'a. Kata. Shema. Naha. Wa'a. Shara. Yam. Ba'a. Ma. Ha. Wara. Kaba. Ara. Ba'a. Ba'a. Maha. Ha. Ya. Raya. Ha. Ha'a. Kata. Mata. Mada. Ha. Akata. Lakala. Lakal.
Yep.
Hay.
Lakal.
Lakal. Hayara. Ya. Ata. Verse 3. Kamasha. Sam. Kasham.
Yep. Kamash.
Kamash. Salaka Kamash. Haya. Raya. Ata. Taha. Yaya. Not.
Yayan. Tahad. Yayan.
Taha. Yayan. Kaba. Kabarata. Asha. Asha. Allah. Aka. Tana. Taha. Salak. Waka. Masha. Yara. Yawa. Yara. Ya'a. Ta. Kaba. Rata. Asha. Allah. Aka. Taha. Verse 4. Wa'a. Shaya. Ta. Lala'a. Ta. Taka. Lan. Ta. Allah. Sapanata. Haya. Raya. Aha. Ha'a. Kaha. Kata. Makwa. Tazata. Tazaha. Baka. Barata. Wakan. Ta'a. Sha. Ha. Basha. Pata. Haya. Raya. Aha. Hakwa. Ya. Taza. Rana. Run. Salat. Hakwa. Yataza. Wana. Ha. Bama. Kaba. Rata. Hasha. Naya. Ta.
Stop right there.
Got it right there. Good. Okay, good. Where we at, Shar?
With
Pick it up and,
Exodus 25 and 38.
oh, get me 25:38.
25 38.
Okay. Five. Oh, wait a minute. Get it. Phone there. Okay. Lock it. Go ahead.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 25, and verse 38.
Go to 37 there, so.
37.
Right.
Exodus 25 and verse 37.
Uh-huh.
And thou shalt make the 7 lamps thereof, and they shall light the lamps thereof, that they may give light over against thee.
Against it, right? And it like we reiterate, that's how our light is. And we showed our candelabras with all the knobs and stuff that the Bible describes. And Most High is showing you a pattern of what's going on here. Because who was he talking to? Who was he showing this pattern up front? Who was he of how to make this ark? Go ahead. Anybody? Go ahead.
Israel.
He's talking to Israel, but he was one person specifically. Go ahead. Moses, clap it up for him, right? And how we know that? Read that. Go to the beginning. Go to. You hold it right there, sure. Well, no. Go ahead and read that. Read that. The begin 28. What we at? 26.
You're in chapter 26.
Read that. Read the one.
Exodus
No,
chapter.
wait a minute. No, not that one. I'm sorry. Salaki.
Go to 25. Salaki.
Go to 25.
This is the book of Exodus chapter 25 and verse 1.
Right.
And the Lord spake unto Moses.
Who?
Moses.
He's spoken to all the other nations.
To Moses.
He's spoken to every Edomite on
The
this
Lord
damn earth.
Spake unto Moses.
He's spoken to Moses, in which, like you said, Kalazar, that represents Israel.
Mm-hmm.
Moses was the Levite prophet, the Levite speaker, spokesman for who? Israel.
That's right.
And so no other nation can claim this, man. When they speak about the pattern of the ark, they say, all these other Yiddish nations over there in Germany want to take up our thing. Hey, Moshe, they want to claim Moses. But the Bible says, finish reading for me.
Verse 2.
Uh-huh.
Speak unto the children of Israel.
Of who?
Speak unto the children of Israel.
Keep reading.
That they bring me an offering.
Right.
Of every man that giveth it willingly,
Right.
with his heart, he shall take my offering.
Right. And that's what this whole pattern. Now go to verse 20, Exodus 28 and 8. Let's say.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 20, 25 and 8.
28 and 8.
28 and 8.
Yeah, please.
Chapter 28.
Uh-huh.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 28 and verse 8.
Right.
And it reads. So like pages
Right. Okay.
And it reads. And the circus griddle of the ephod which is upon it.
Where are you? Exodus.
You said 28 and 8? Or 26 and 8?
Go to 26 and 8. Maybe. Wait a minute. Hold it.
Okay.
No, that ain't what I want. You ain't got 28. You went to 28. It wasn't 27.
Okay.
Wait a minute. No, 28 and. Go to Exodus 28 and 3.
28 and 3?
Yeah.
It's the book of Exodus.
That ain't what I want. It's like it. I got this written down wrong. Ain't lying. Anyway, it basically said, you find it here in a second, make me a sanctuary that I may dwell with them. Okay? That's in there. Somebody find that for me. Yeah, it's in here. It's one of them. Thou shalt make the corn. It's given him, go to 26 and, yeah. Okay, go back 25 and 8. I apologize. Go ahead. 25 and 8. Go to 25 and 8.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 25.
There you go. That's the one I wanted.
And verse 8.
Right.
And let them make me a sanctuary,
Right.
that I may dwell among them.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. Go ahead. Read that again.
Verse 8.
Right.
Exodus 25 and verse 8.
Right.
And let them make me a sanctuary, that I may dwell among them.
Uh-huh. And go and finish reading.
Verse 9.
Uh-huh.
According to all that I showed thee, after the pattern of the tabernacle.
After the what?
After the pattern
After the pattern. Finish reading.
of the tabernacle.
Right.
And the pattern of all the instruments thereof.
Right.
Even so shall ye make it.
And that's what the Most High was asking them to do. He was making them to make a pattern. You know, the Most High has order, man. We got rank and order. He has order. We just don't do things half.
Right,
You know,
right. That's right.
he was saying, let Moses look. I want you to make me a pattern, because in this pattern, people they're gonna be for the. This is pretty much back then. Our people didn't have. We reiterate here. Our people didn't have Some people didn't have enough zeal, enough faith, enough understanding. I guess I can use that word, faith.
Right.
And so they needed to see something. We always want to see, right? If I go and show you. If people always want to have how you say it, like they want to see. They can't just believe what you say because I'm a good man in faith. I got to see it.
Right.
What they said in Missouri, show me state, right? They got some of our people that want to see it, so they put in there, man, the Moses rod. Remember, it said it budded. Right. This was the real rod that he used, and our people, he used to put the manna, put the showbread, things like that, and people. That was for the people who just needed to see something.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So finish reading back. Go back to where we were. Oh, you had. Go ahead. No, y'all go ahead. You had something. You want to say something? Okay, go ahead.
Come on. This is the book of Exodus chapter 25
Right.
and verse 38.
Right.
And the tongues thereof, and the snuff dishes thereof.
Yeah, we talked about this before. Now, what we say those tongues were? Anybody remember? Go ahead. Remember now, don't you? Go ahead.
The tongues we use for the incense.
Go ahead. Say it loud.
No, the tongues that we use for the incense.
That's the tongues that we use. Tongues because they got hot coals, right?
Right.
That's right.
And that's what that is. That's a coal. And so that's why we the children of Israel, man. We pattern things exactly. That's what I'm trying to get you to see. That we try to pattern things that unless the Lord told us not to,
Right.
the things that we still can do, there it is.
Right.
There it is. So you can see the menorah, you can see the snuff dishes, right?
That's right.
And what was the snuff dishes used for again, Cosmar?
The frankincense and myrrh.
And what did you do with them snuff dishes? Them old women and old men sure didn't spit them with snuff, did they?
Right.
What they use them for?
You said the snuff dishes?
Yeah.
Uh,
What did we say that? Y'all remember?
oh,
Go ahead, take your time. Take your time. The only reason why I said it because last week you the one said that you looked at it, you wanted to know what they were,
Right.
and we brought it out. You remember?
Yeah.
Go ahead. Anybody?
I know. It's
Go
like
ahead,
I remember snuff. You said the word snuff means do what? Put that thing on.
Snuff it out. Look that word up. Let's look at that. Reiterate. Look that word up, Cos. Somebody, all y'all, look it up. At least, not too sure you over there reading. Where we but I want y'all to understand that when the Most High does something, these things meant something. Of course, we don't walk around with an Ark of Covenant no anymore, but the Lord wants you to know that there's order and there's pattern, and that's where the angel. Go ahead. You got it?
So it's snuff,
Right.
extinguish a candle.
To extinguish out, right? Exactly right. That's exactly what it is. To snuff, distinguish, and it's like distinguish a candle or a coal. Snuff it out.
Right.
Snuff that thing out, man. Because because I even when I was a little boy, and my mom said that with the tongues, snuff it out. I'm trying to figure that. What is she trying to say? Get some snuff. I know she snuff. What the hell's going on? You ain't talking about this, but those that lets you know. These are, even in our own language, are passed down through our people. We still got little stuff like that. Snuff it out.
That's right.
There it is in the Bible. Read that again. Read that snuff out again there.
Definition of the verse.
No, just read the verse. I'm sorry.
Okay. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 25 and 38.
Right.
And the tongues thereof,
Right.
and the snuff dishes thereof,
Right.
shall be of pure gold.
Pure. Now, that's another thing too, man. We use regular plastic and metal here, but hey, I wish we had some pure gold to do that. But that just gets how rich Israel had used, how much gold they really had.
Right.
You think about this now. These menorahs, the snuff dishes, pure. Did it say? Did it say overlaid with gold? This one said pure gold. They have pure gold. Oh man, come on, man. Now where's the stuff at? People done stole half of it. Where is it? You know, go ahead.
If I may not, it's heavy you say that because like you said that shows how rich Israel was. Like you got a pure gold.
Right.
Like you putting flames and ashes on it and dig like putting burn marks on it. But and, you know that's how much
But you know, gold. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Phil.
Oh, it's like that was it. That
But
was
see, gold itself is made to be burned.
right.
You can burn gold, and all it's gonna do is just come pure and pure, right?
Mm.
But that's just let you know what the Most High. He didn't put. The Most High went all out. He said,
right.
Moses, this is what I want you to do, because you know with gold, if you make something with gold, it ain't going nowhere.
Right.
And that stuff is somewhere on this earth unless they melt it down.
Mm.
You know, but that's just let you know, probably somewhere, you know, I'm speculating, but you know. it's somewhere, right?
Right.
Where's the ark? Anybody know?
Just like what you said.
Where's the Ark of the Covenant? Anybody know? Anybody have an idea? That's what we're talking about. We're talking about the pattern. Go ahead.
Is it still in Israel?
Give me 2 Maccabees 2 and 4. You can find out. Because it's something. Because the prophet, what did I say? 2 Maccabees 2 and 4.
Got it. This is the book of 2 Maccabees, chapter 2,
Right.
and verse 4.
Right.
It was also contained in the same writing
Right.
that the prophet, being warned of the Most High,
Mm-hmm.
commanded the tabernacle and the ark
The tabernacle and the what?
and the ark
Go ahead.
to go with him.
Go with him. Now he's talking about who? The prophet Jeremy. He said Jeremy, right?
Right.
That's Jeremiah, right? Go ahead.
And he went forth into the mountain where Moses climbed up and saw the heritage of the Most High.
He went. Now he went up there, right? This is after things going on, you know. Go ahead.
Verse 5.
Right.
And when Jeremy,
Right, Jeremy. Right.
when Jeremiah,
No, you can say Jeremy.
Jeremy?
Yes, say exactly what.
and when Jeremy came thither, he found an hollow cave.
What?
A hollow cave.
Go ahead. Finish reading.
Wherein he laid the tabernacle and the ark,
See that right there? That's where it are. Go ahead. Finish reading.
and the altar of incense,
Mm.
and so stopped the door.
He stopped the door. That means stop the door. Look, I mean, you can look it up. Look up stop. Stop the door means that he closed the door and no man can get back in there. Stopped it. In other words, the door opened, it's open. But you stop it, that means you, whatever he did to it, he wedged that bad boy in there that you can't get in there. Right? There's somewhere around a cave, somewhere that same cave that Moses went up, right?
Right.
That's where that is. I mean, that's the last place. Because if it's stopped, who the hell gonna get that open? When the Most High said that, is that all on that? Sure. Is that it on that one? That it on that?
That was it.
That was it on that. Right. So Jeremiah the prophet went up. Jeremiah the prophet went up and into the cave and read that again for me, Sean. I'm sorry, because there's a lot of people. This pattern. We're gonna get back into this pattern of the ark.
Mm-hmm.
And what it was supposed to be patterned like. And we just want to know, people curious about to know where it is. Not that it really matters a whole lot to us right now necessarily, but anyway, that's what the Bible says. Go ahead.
Book of 2 Maccabees, chapter 2,
Right.
and verse 4.
Right.
It was also contained in the same writing that the prophet, being warned of the Most High, commanded the tabernacle and the ark to go with him.
Now the prophet being warned of who?
The Most High.
So Jeremiah the prophet was told by the Most High, right?
Right.
And by way of them angels, them cherubims, right?
Right.
So look here, do this. Go ahead.
Commanded the tabernacle and the ark to go with him.
Right.
And he went forth into the mountain where Moses climbed up.
To go with him. And he looked forth, right? Go ahead.
And saw the heritage of the Most High.
Saw the heritage, man. And heritage, look up heritage. He saw the heritage is like your like lineage or generations or things that has happened, transpired, you know. Look that up, read that. Tell me what that definition is. Heritage. Got that for
The
me?
definition of heritage.
Right, look at that.
Property that is or may be inherited
and inheritance.
Mm-hmm. You got inheritance or heritage?
Heritage.
Yeah, go ahead.
That's the second one. A special or individual possession and allotted portion.
Okay, that's our lot. That's it's ours. In other words.
All right.
Go ahead, finish reading. That's it on that. Yeah, he showed that. Go ahead.
Sorry, I got something
Go ahead.
somewhere.
Go ahead.
Tradition, history, background, culture, customs, and past.
There you go. That's it. Shaw, it said that's right there is what Jeremiah saw.
Right.
He saw that. I'll be darned. So Jeremiah wasn't back in Moses' day.
Right.
But read that again, what he said
Right.
this was. Go ahead.
2 Maccabees chapter 2 verse 4.
Right.
It was also contained in the same writing
Right.
that the prophet, being warned of the Most High,
Right.
commanded the tabernacle of the ark
Right.
to go with him,
Right.
as he went forth into the mountain where Moses climbed up and saw the heritage of the Most High.
And that mountain where Moses climbed up, right? That mountain is still overseas over there. That mountain ain't went nowhere, right?
Right.
Right. And then, I'm sorry, Shark. Go ahead, finish reading.
Verse 5.
Right.
And when Jeremy came thither, he found a hollow cave,
Right, hollow cave.
wherein he laid the tabernacle.
Now he's doing what the Most High told him to do, right?
Right.
He followed what? What did he follow? Go ahead.
I like it, sir, if I may.
Go ahead.
In order?
Clap it up for that. Damn right. That's what I'm trying to get you to see. He followed the order by the and he said, because this, when the Most High gives him an order, and when he gives you an order even in I.S.U.P.K, it's what he wants you to do, right? You just follow the order, because the Most High is behind that. Commanding General YAHANNA has commissioned us to follow orders, right?
Right.
So we follow the orders under Commanding General YAHANNA. That's what this is.
Right.
And everybody that your camp leader is put in place to run this ship and all the ships of the different camps, you follow the order.
Right.
That's how it works. And that's what Jeremiah is following right there. Finish read that for me, Sharp.
Come.
Right.
Verse 5.
Right.
And when Jeremy came thither, he found a hollow cave,
Right.
wherein he laid the tabernacle and the ark.
Right. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
And the altar of incense.
Mm.
And so stopped the door.
Mm. See, that thing is over there. So if you want to find it, that thing, it's over there. Let's put it that way. It didn't say anything else about that, did it?
I got another verse.
Go ahead.
Verse 6. And some of those that followed him came to mark the way, but they could not find
Yeah, I
it.
like this part. Yeah. Finish that. Read that, Sean. Read that. Some
It's-
of them that's coming with Jeremiah the prophet, right? Go ahead.
Mhm.
Jeremy, go ahead.
Followed him, came to mark the way.
Tell Mark, what does that mean? And we got a little sidetracked off, but it's still talking about the covenant. Go ahead. Anybody? Were you raising your hand? You're scratching your head, huh? Go ahead. And to mark the way. Okay, you out in the woods, right? And you getting, go ahead. You got that. They got you there right there. Go ahead.
Man, basically like leave a trail so you can.
Leave a trail. That mark the way is like, don't lean back in that chair like this. You blaze, because I remember being out there working, man. You blaze a tree, you take some orange paint, put some flag around it, go to the next one, you just follow that line. So somehow they marked the trail. Finish reading that, Sean?
But they could not find it.
They could not find it. What could they not find? Curiosity thinkers. But here's the whole thing. Let's put this in perspective. Who did the Lord tell to go up there? Who did he tell to go up there?
Right.
Go ahead.
Moses.
He told Moses to go up on the mountain, but that's Moses back then. But we're talking about where the ark is when after Moses died, dead and gone. Jeremy, go ahead.
Oh, no.
Go ahead.
I was about to say Jeremy.
Jeremy, yeah, no, you're right. Clap it up for the brother. Jeremiah he told Shar, what did he tell him? He told Jeremiah to do what?
He told Jeremiah, Salaki,
Yeah, take your time.
start over verse 4.
Well, I mean, just find it where he told Jeremiah to go up on the hill when he's getting orders from the Lord, from the angels.
Being warned of the Most High,
Right.
commanded the tabernacles
Right.
and the ark of the covenant to go with him,
To go with him. Yeah. Go ahead.
as he went forth into the mountain, where Moses climbed up and saw the heritage of the Most High.
Right. He saw the heritage of the Most High. You know, he saw what has happened in the past, what Moses, back to what you were saying, Kalatazar, what Moses had went up and all that stuff that was represented in there, the rod of Aaron, the manna and all that stuff. Go ahead. There you are.
Salaki, sir. I got some more people in the class.
Okay, who we got?
We got Amawad, and we got Trooper Mataya Island,
Trooper Mataya, Officer Amawad.
and we got I.S.U.P.K Tikva. She's checking in from Oklahoma.
Her name is actually now Raya. Okay, that's the name given to her.
Then we got Kalatazar's real Natasha.
Natasha, right?
Khan.
Yeah, we're working on her name. Go ahead.
Debbie, y'all. Sir.
Okay, good. I appreciate that. We'll clap it up for them. Okay. All right, let's clap it up for them. We appreciate you guys checking in the class. That makes a lot for you and your husband and the whole class. Finish reading, Sharp. What was the instruction given to Jeremiah? I'm sorry, Slocky, go ahead.
Slacky.
Mhm.
God, and being warned of the Most High, commanded the tabernacle and the ark to
Right.
go with them
Right,
as he went forth into the mountain,
right,
where Moses climbed up and saw the hedges of the Most High.
right. Yeah, and go ahead. And see, the Most High told him to go up there. He didn't tell nobody else to go up there, did he?
Right.
He told who? Jeremiah. Well, Moses had gone up, and who else gone up?
Jeremy.
And who?
Jeremy.
Jeremiah. Yeah, Jeremiah had gone up. But read that. Jeremiah had went up to the mountain, but he was given instruction. Right now, finish reading that again.
Verse 5.
Right.
And when Jeremy came thither, he found a hollow cave,
A hollow cave.
wherein he laid the tabernacle and the ark,
Right.
and the altar of incense, and so stopped the door.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. And other people went up there and tried to do what?
Verse 6.
Right.
And some of those that followed him,
Some of those that followed him did what? Now here's the point. We follow orders, but did the Most High give them the orders to do anything? He didn't tell them, did he? He didn't tell them to go up there. It's just like if the Most High give you an order, you follow the order, and all these. Jeremiah probably didn't even tell him, "Look, I'm going up to the mountain."
Right.
Who knows what he said? But the point is, they tried to follow him, and the Most High didn't want them to follow him, or he would have told them, "Take these people." Because you notice when he told Moses to go up there first, he took Moses told even Aaron to stay back. When the original's happening, when Moses went up there to get the arks, the table writings, all the commandments and different things like that. He told Moses, I think it was Joshua, I believe. But go ahead and finish reading that again, that last part.
and some of those that followed him came to mark the ways.
Some of those that following, in other words, doing something they ain't got no business doing. Right? How do you know they ain't got no business doing that? Go ahead.
Because they tried to make a trail of
That's true. That's true. But what's the real reason why that's true? You're right. What's the reason why? How do you know that they shouldn't have been following Jeremiah prophet to put that thing up in the cave? Anybody? Go ahead.
Because the Most High ain't tell him that order.
Who to get that order to?
Jeremiah.
Right. Jeremiah. So that's why we're supposed to be standing in our own lane and doing what we're supposed to be doing, right? Follow your order. That's the whole point. You don't try to influence nobody else to do anything. If the Most High gave you something, you don't say, "Come on over here, people." It just says, and finish reading that, Sharp.
But they could not find it.
They could not find it. Okay, and that's the Most High never told them. He didn't give them. What were they gonna do with it? Go look at it? Curiosity seekers? What are they gonna do? Steal it? What? I don't know. I'm just saying the Most High didn't tell them to. So they couldn't find it. So what was their purpose? What was they going up there for? Anyway, where we at, Sharp?
Right.
Back in the reading there.
Verse-
Y'all understand what I'm saying, right?
Right.
Go ahead.
We're in verse 39, book of Exodus, chapter 25, verse 39.
25 and 39. Go ahead.
Of a talent of pure gold shall he make it, with all these vessels.
So, yeah, okay. Go ahead, finish reading.
Verse 40. And look that thou make them after their pattern,
Right.
which was shown thee in the mount.
Was shown in, and where he get? What does this mean? What is this? What is the pattern shown thee in the mount? What is he saying right there? Because Moses had gone up to this mount, right? And he was shown what? Right here. It says it right here. He was said, and look. Read that again.
Verse 40.
Huh?
And look that thou make them after their pattern,
Mm.
which was shown thee in the mount.
That's a pattern. In other words, how the Most High and the fourth, fifth dimension hang, how he do things. The Most High say, "You make me a sanctuary that I may dwell with them, because I want you to do things after this pattern." That's how you know. This is for Israel, man. This is why you here right now. No other nation in here has the pattern of what we're doing. If they're doing it by copying it. They had us in slavery and captivity. They stole. Who's copying off us right now? Esau, right? What's them Yiddish people doing over there, man? They go over there and then they take the little incense and do that, and then they wear a little yarmulke on their head. They ain't got no hole in the top. Well, they wear a little curly cube, trying to pattern themselves after us, right?
Right.
Trying to even speak the language, right? Now we speak the Lashwan Kodash here, right? We say Abba God, they don't even know what that is. That sounds foreign to them. And go ahead. You gonna say something? Oh, okay. They don't. The pattern was given to Israel. That's the whole point. That's why, because the Lord knew that there's going to be some thieves, there's going to be some misdirection of nations that's going to come and try to do things like us. Because they're going to put us in slavery and captivity, right? Because of our disobedience, and here we are. And before you know, we woke up there and stole everything from us. Everything. Everything you see down here, they done stole it. Now, they can't speak our language. They try, don't they?
Right.
What they say, shalom and shalom and all this kind of stuff. Just give you some examples. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, man.
Yeah, and then they don't know what a mitri is. They wear, I don't know what they wear, man. You know, it's go ahead.
They got the shoestrings on their shirts.
What's that for, man? Somebody talk to me. Talk to me about the shoestring. Anybody know what they mean? Go ahead.
And wearing purple.
Well, you know, yeah. We ain't gonna get into that one, but here's I will tell you this: purple back then was actually a color they used with different colors that the Most High actually had of linens and things like that. Now some people have taken it and taken to a level, and what they represent.
Right.
What they represent have messed that up. Just like the rainbows. The Most High gave you a, what did he give you?
Covenant.
A cup. Go ahead.
The rainbow was a covenant he gave to Israel.
Right.
Well, he gave before Israel time, but to the people that he wasn't going to flood the earth.
Wasn't going to flood that. Find that. I think that's in right before the flood given to Noah, right? He said, I no longer will flood this earth. I won't destroy the earth no more.
Right.
And then you got the LGBTQ. I think I'll use that. Those rainbow colors. Find that. Let's because this, like when you mentioned purples, things like that. See, they have taken and perverted a lot of things, man. You know, because purple in itself is nothing evil. You know, it's just a color. But you got people now just wearing it, and they making all kinds of false things. It says we'll no longer destroy the earth by water this time. And as a matter of fact, I'll give you a rainbow. You see a rainbow coming after the rain, man, to show you the prism color. You got it? Go ahead, read that loud and clear for me.
Genesis 9 and 11.
Right,
And I will establish my covenant with you.
right,
Neither shall all flesh be cut off anymore
right.
by the waters of a flood.
The waters of a flood, and that's what it was. Finish reading.
Neither shall there any more be a flood to destroy the earth.
Right. That and finish reading any more now? Go ahead.
Verse 12.
Right. What they got?
Verse 12.
Right.
And God said, this is the token of the covenant which I made between me and you and every living creature that is with you
Right. Go
for
ahead.
perpetual generations.
Right. Go ahead.
Verse 13.
Finish reading.
I do not set my bow in the clouds.
Said what?
My bow.
My what?
My bow.
That's the rainbow. And we all know the rainbow is, how many colors is that thing? It's the prism of light is what it is. Finish reading that.
And it shall be a token of a covenant between me and the earth.
Right. See, the Most High gave us that as a token. Now you got all these LGBTQ communities up here claiming it. They taking away all our stuff, man. And just desecrating it, ain't they?
Right.
And we don't dare walk around with a flag with no, what the hell, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
They don't dare walk around with a flag like that, but that's what it was.
Right.
Any more on that?
That was it.
But you understand what I'm saying.
Right.
That's what it is. And just like, you know, it's the way you associate stuff. Finish reading for me. Where we at?
Chapter 26.
But that's what I appreciate that. Go ahead.
Where the book of Exodus, chapter 26, verse 1.
Okay, yeah, there you go.
Moreover, thou shalt make the tabernacle with 10 curtains
Oh, wow.
of fine twined linen,
Right.
and blue and purple.
See, there's that purple. Blue, linen, scarlet. I mean, you know, this is what the Most High had. You got to understand, this ark was huge, man.
Right.
They walked around this thing. Think about this for a second. That's why they had to have a lot of Levites. That's why they had to eat. They had to walk with the stuff in the desert, walking all the way back to Canaan, right? Gold is heavy, man. This sanctuary, wood overlaid with gold, they sitting up here bearing this stuff like that, walking, you know. They were doing things by the pattern. They were mindful to no servile work, you know. They were doing things after the pattern of the Most High. After he told them, and he's giving them this, what did it say? He was giving them the, sure, read that, finish reading on that. He was giving them the pattern of how to make the curtains of, because you had a place, you had a sanctuary, and you had where the Ark of the Covenant is going to set. And you had an inner court and an outer court, and you had places where they would slaughter the bull for the sin offerings, I mean the pigeons and the lambs and the goats, whatever they people had, depending on how poor they were, right? But these things were, of course, blood offerings. We knew later on Christ actually was the death of that. But, you know, this right here, we don't do that no more. That's an old, it's just a pattern, but to show that Christ actually gave us a new covenant. That's just an old covenant, right? Finish reading.
That's right.
Right.
And scarlet,
Right.
with cherubims of cunning work, shalt thou make them.
Cherubims. What are cherubims? Anybody? Cherubims. What are thems? Anybody?
Shout at it.
Go ahead.
Cherubims is the angels.
It ain't clap it up. Cherubims are angels, man. That's of cunning words. The Most High wants you to see what you got to understand. He wanted the people. You're supposed to believe the Lord anyway.
Right.
But he wanted to see the people with the linens. They had to go in there and, okay, I've sinned. Let me get out. And the Levites got out there and cut the lamb. Here's sin, and they pour the blood over the altar all day long. That's what they did, you know. Because you know our people sitting up there sinning. We sitting up there what? We sitting up there. Somebody done stole something today. Or somebody done took his brother's goods or whatever, or done something. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that went behind a tree and smoked something. Am I right?
Right.
And that's what it is, because they sit up there looking at the other nations like crazy. That's why the Most High said, look, I gotta keep all y'all. Y'all got to understand what this pattern is of how you're supposed to be holy, man. Kodash, right? Go ahead, finish
right.
reading.
Verse 2.
Right.
The length of one curtain shall be 8 and 20 cubits, and the breadth,
Breath.
Right. And the breadth of one curtain 4 cubits.
Right.
And every one of the curtains shall have one measure.
Right. Yeah. In other words, all the curtains. 20 a cubit is about 1.5 feet, so that give you an idea of how big this curtain was. Now these curtains were to cover the ark that's sitting back in there. You know, they walking. It's just all it was, just a walking house curtain tent, really. So 28 cubits is 42 feet, more or less. And then it said 4 foot, right? That's 6 feet. So that's how tall these curtains. Can you imagine a 42-foot curtain? You see how big this thing was. This is what they the Most High, because you didn't just walk, because all this stuff meant something. It all meant that the Most High was hiding that, not hiding, but just putting behind the pattern of things to come. And this is what Ezekiel had seen it. He had seen the pattern because matter of fact, let's turn to that. Give me Ezekiel. Ezekiel. What was I at? Let's see. Where did I have that at? Oh, here. Slocky. Sharp. Somebody, you. Or anybody. You keep right there, Sharp. Ezekiel 10. Give me Ezekiel 10, man. Bob was shot. Go ahead.
Ezekiel 10:1.
Right.
Then I looked, and behold, in the firmament that was above the head of the cherubims,
That's cherubims, right? That it is. Go ahead.
there appeared over them as it was a sapphire.
What's the word?
Sapphire stone, as the appearance of the likeness of a throne.
Right. Go on. Yeah. Right. What did it say? The likeness of a throne. Right.
Right.
So he's getting the understand. This is where this is how you get the pattern. You watching what Most High. They give you a little view of what this is. They're in the visions. But go ahead. Read that verse 1 again.
Ezekiel 10:1.
Right.
Then I looked, and
Right.
behold,
Right.
in the firmament that was above the head of the cherubims,
Right.
there appeared over them as it were
Right.
a sapphire stone.
So is he really up there, or is he what? He's in vision, right? He's looking at visions, right?
Right.
He appeared. Okay, go. Now go down to sapphire stone. Finish reading now. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
As the appearance of the likeness of a throne.
A likeness of a throne, right? Let's see. So what does this angels look like? Go ahead.
Black.
Yeah. Did they have features? Features. Go ahead. Go down to verse 7. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Well, the angels, they don't look like how the average Christian think. They're not beautiful, basically.
Yeah. Go ahead.
So
What does the average Christian think?
they think angels are beautiful.
Well, we're gonna show you exactly what the Bible says. Go down to Ezekiel 10 and 7. Let's get some more understanding on this. Go ahead.
Ezekiel 10:7. And one cherub stretched forth his hand.
He stretched forth his what?
Hand.
What is this right here?
Hand.
Hand. He ain't said. I mean, ain't no magic about this. He stretched forth his hand. He's
Right.
Black hand, right? Black man.
Right.
Go ahead.
From between the cherubims
Right.
until the fire that was between the cherubims, and took thereof and put it into the hands of him.
Until the what?
Into the hands of him
Uh-huh.
that was clothed with linen.
Clothed with linen.
Linen.
Right. Where you at? Verse what?
7.
Yeah, go ahead.
Who took it and went out. Verse 8.
Right. Go ahead, read.
And there appeared in the cherubims the form of a man's hand.
Form of a man's hand, right?
Right.
There you go. So this is the cherubims it's giving you an idea what they look like, because they're fierce looking creatures, all right. That's true. And they got hands, they got wings, right? Because his hands on there and his wings are there.
Right.
You see this ain't nothing to be playing with, man. This ain't no small creature either. Right?
Right.
What else? Finish reading over. You got something on it?
Under their wings.
Right.
Verse 9.
Yeah, go ahead. Read. What you got?
And when I looked, behold, the 4 wheels by the cherubims, one wheel by the cherub, and another wheel by another cherub. And the appearance of the wheels was as the color of
Beryl, yeah.
beryl stone.
That's like a green, I believe. Go ahead.
Verse 10.
Right.
And as for the appearances, they four had one likeness, as if a wheel had been in the midst of a wheel.
Right. Talking about their chariots too, man.
Right.
They ain't playing around up in here. But anyway, that's good enough on that. I just want to give you guys an understanding. Because see, Moses down here on the earth, when they parted the Red Sea and going through all this, they didn't know the pattern of things in heaven.
Right.
The Most High had to let you know who he is. He let who know? Israel. Did this thing said anything about any other nation knowing? Nah. See, so what do they think they can come up here and tell us about our pattern of our Lord giving us and talking to us about our angels that's here to protect us, right? Right. So where do they think? What do they think? You gonna say something, Cos?
Can I say?
Huh?
No, I wanted to
Go
ask
ahead.
about the verse 10.
Right.
You know how it says they had one likeness as if a wheel had been in the midst of a wheel.
Right.
That's like spinners on the
Right.
spinners on the
Yeah.
24s.
Yeah. Exactly. These angels, it's giving the patterns. It's showing you what the angels, how they're rolling, man. And Ezekiel. Oh, and of course, they also ride around in these chariots. You know, they got eyes everywhere. If you notice, I mean, the angels is not. You're not an angel. That's the point. They're made a little higher than you.
Right.
Okay, or as a matter of fact, you were made a little lower than an angel. That makes sense.
Right.
And the Most High is showing you. But Moses certainly, he was getting the pattern of how I want you. In other words, if he going and part the Red Sea, and he go up on the mountain, he's saying all these things. Man, what's all this mean? You know. And then Moses, now the Lord's showing you. He's showing you this how I want you to worship me. Because you're going to die, and all these people down here on earth, from everybody in this room, got to know who the Lord is. Right? Because we curiosity cats. We got to see something. We got to understand. But we reading about it, right?
Right.
But they had that back then. That generation had the ark right in front of them with the budded rod, manna still in there. It ain't even rotted. And some of them still didn't believe. You can tell when we read the stories of the Bible. All right, Charles, where we at?
Exodus 26 and verse 3.
Right.
And it reads, the 5 curtains shall be coupled together one to another. And the other 5 curtains shall be coupled one to another.
Right.
Verse 4.
Right.
And thou shalt make loops of blue upon the edge of the one curtain from the sled, what is it? Selvage?
So that's perfect what you said. Go ahead.
And the coupling. And likewise shalt thou make in the uttermost edge of another curtain.
Right.
And the coupling of the second.
Right.
Verse 5.
Right.
50 loops shalt thou make in the one curtain.
Right.
And 50 loops shalt thou make in the edge of the curtain. That is in the coupling or the coupling of the second. That the loops may take hold one of another.
The Lord give you specific directions on this. Because he didn't want this thing to hit the ground. You got to have 50. You got to have enough. Because he ain't wanted the nothing to break apart. Because you're going to have a few men holding this thing. Go ahead.
Oh, it's like that's it for the.
That's it.
To the Hebrew.
That's it for the Hebrew?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, we go back to the Hebrew now.
All right. We going back?
Go.
You ready? All right. Matthew. Let's call up the next trooper here. State your registry.
Now y'all bun your house. Bun your shala.
Now y'all bun your house out, bun your shala.
How about Shimmy out Shabrakta?
Y'all about Shimmy Shabrakata.
Hamajim means be seated. All right, what we got? 7 more
verses.
Right.
We're starting at verse 6. Verse 6 is located right there. You see it?
Kind of.
Going to the left. We'll go this way.
Okay.
Yeah, feel me? We're going to start right there.
Kind
All right. Ready?
of. Yeah.
Wa'a Shayata
Shayata.
Kama
Kama.
Sha
Sha.
Yama
Yama.
Korah Saya
Korah. Shaya.
Zaha
Zaha.
Ba
Ba.
Waka
Waka.
Ba
Ba.
Ra
Ra.
Ta
Ta.
Ata
Ata.
Haya
Aya.
Raya'a Ta
Aya. Ta.
Ashaha
Shaha.
Allah
Allah.
Akha
Aka.
Taha
Daha.
Bakwa
Aka.
Ra
Ra.
Sa
Sa.
Ya
Ya.
Ma
Ma.
Waha
Waha.
Yaha
Yaha.
Hama
Hama.
Sha
Sha.
Ka
Ka.
Na
Na.
Aka
Aka.
Da
Da.
Verse 7. See we it?
Kind.
Wa'ai
Ra'ai.
Shayata
Shayata.
Yara
Yara.
Ya'ai
Ya'ai.
Da
Da.
I
I.
Za
Za.
Ya
Ya.
Ma
Ma.
La'a
La'a.
Hala
Allah.
Allah
Allah.
Hama
Hama.
Shaka
Shaka.
Na
Na.
Aisha
Aisha.
Ta
Ta.
Ya
Ya.
I
I.
Shara
Shara.
Ha
Ha.
Yara
Yara.
Ya'ai
Ya'ai.
Da
Ta.
Ta'ai
Da. I.
Shaha
Shaha.
Ata
Ata.
Ma.
Ma.
You see what we at?
We going to verse 8 now?
That's right.
Come.
Ara
Ara.
Ka
Ka.
Haya
Aya.
Raya
Raya.
Aiha
Aha.
Ha'a
Ha'a.
Kata
Kata.
Shala
Shala.
Shaya
Shaya.
Ma
Ma.
Ba'a
Ba'a.
Maha
Maha.
Wara
Rara.
Kaba
Kaba.
Ara
Ara.
Ba'ai
Ba'ai.
Ba'a
Ba'a.
Maha
Maha.
Haya
Aya.
Raya
Raya.
Aiha
Aya.
Ha'a
Ha'a.
Kata
Kata.
Mada
Mata.
Madaha
Mata.
Aka
Aka.
Ta
Ta.
La'ai
La'a.
Seta
Shata.
Ya
Ya.
Aisha
Aisha.
Raha
Raha.
Yara
Yara.
Ya'ai
Ya'ai.
Ta
Ta.
Verse 9. See it?
Kanye.
Waka
Raka.
Bara
Bara.
Ta
Ta.
Ata
Ata.
Kama
Kama.
Sha
Sha.
Haya
Aya.
Raya
Raya.
Aita
Ata.
Laba
Laba.
Da
Da.
Wa'a
Ra'ai.
Ta
Ta.
Shasha
Shasha.
Haya
Aya.
Raya
Raya.
Aita
Ata.
Laba
Laba.
Da
Da.
Waka
Raka.
Pala
Pala.
Da
Da.
Ata
Ata.
it's like Haya
Aya.
Raya
Raya.
Aiha
Aha.
Hasha
Hasha.
Shaya
Shaya.
Ta
Da.
Allah
Allah.
Mawa
Mawa.
La
La. We still on the same. Oh, over here. It's a lock.
Mawla. Right there.
Okay.
So we can start right there.
All right, come.
Now finna read it all together.
Come.
Panaya
Panaya.
Ha'a Kala
Ha'a Kala.
verse 10. Wa'ai Shayah
Wai Shaya. Shala.
Kama Shayam. See?
Kama Shala.
Kamashayam.
Kalashayam.
Lala'ath.
Lala'ath.
I'll.
Al.
Shapath.
Shapath.
Haya.
Haya.
Raya'ah.
Haya.
Ha'ah.
Ha'a.
Kaf.
Ka.
Hakwa.
Hakwa.
Yatazah.
Yataza.
Na.
Na.
Baka.
Baka.
Barath.
Bara.
Waka.
Waka.
Mashayam.
Mashiyam.
Lala'ath.
Lala'ath.
I'll.
Al.
Shapath.
Shapath.
Haya.
Haya.
Ra'ai.
Ra'ai.
Haka.
Haka.
Barath.
Bara.
Hasha. Nayath.
Hashai. Nor. Salakia.
Hasha. Nayath.
Hashai. Nayath.
Verse 11. Wa'ai. Shayath.
Ra'ai. Shaya.
Korah. Sayah.
Kara. Shaya.
Laka. Shath.
Laka. Shah.
And can I say something? Sorry. And while you're reading, just make sure, I'm stopping. Just make sure you kind of understanding, because he's going to give you, he's giving you the understanding, so you can start understanding the characters, right? So you want to try to pronounce that some of yourself. He just going ahead. That's all.
Sir.
Go ahead.
See, we had
That was right there.
Get a stab.
Let's see.
Ha.
Aka.
That's Kama. Shayama. See?
Kama. Shai. Kama.
Waha.
Waha.
Ba'ata.
Bahata.
Ata.
Ata.
You see where?
Right here.
I'm doing my characters.
Okay.
Ha.
Ha.
Kwa.
Kwa.
Ra.
Ra.
Sa.
Sa.
Yama.
Yama.
Ba.
Ba.
La.
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 Ata.
Ata.
Waka.
Waka.
Bara.
Bara.
Ta.
Ta.
Ata.
Ata.
Ha'a.
Ha'a.
Hala.
Hala.
Right here. Character by character. Waha.
Waha.
Yaha.
Yaha.
Aka.
Aka.
Da.
Da.
Verse 12. Wasa.
Wasa.
Racha.
Haka.
Ha'ai.
Ha'ai.
Dapa.
Dapa.
Baya.
Baya.
Raya.
Raya.
Aita.
Aita.
Ha'ai.
Ha'ai.
Hala.
Hala.
Khataza.
Kataza.
Ya.
Ya.
Haya.
Haya.
Raya.
Raya.
Aiha.
Aiha.
Hai'a.
Hai'a.
It's like ha'ai.
Ha'ai.
Dapa.
Dapa.
Ta.
Ta.
Dasa.
Dasa.
Raka.
Raka.
Allah.
Allah. Go ahead now. All right then. Ah.
Aka.
Aka.
Raya.
Raya.
Ha.
Ha.
Ma.
Ma. Sha. Ka.
And the connector na.
Na.
Verse 13.
Sa.
Like wa.
Wa. Salaki. Ma.
Waha.
Waha. Ah.
Ma.
Ma.
Ha.
Ha. Ba.
Ma.
Ma.
Za.
Za.
Ha.
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 Ma.
Ma. I mean, Salaki.
Ha again.
Ha.
Ma.
Ma.
Za.
Za.
Ha.
Ha.
Ba.
Ba.
I. Da.
Da.
Qua.
Qua.
Ba.
Ba. I.
Ra.
Ra.
And it connected Ka.
Ka.
Ya.
Ya.
Ra.
Ra.
Ya.
Ya.
I. Da.
Da.
That's the Ha.
Ha. I.
That's the Ha again.
Ha.
La.
La.
Ya.
Ya.
That's the Ha.
Ha.
Ya.
Ya. Hi.
Sa.
Sa.
Ra.
Ra.
Wa.
Wa.
Ha.
Ka.
I.
La. La.
Taza.
Taza.
Da.
Da.
Ya.
Ya.
That's the Ha.
Da. Ya. Hi.
Hama.
Hama.
Sha.
Sa.
Ka.
Ka.
Na.
Na.
Ma.
Ma.
Za.
Za.
Ha.
Ha.
Wama.
Rama.
Za. Wamaza.
Ramaza.
Ha.
Ha.
Last one.
That's verse 14.
Nah, just look right here. That's the last little verb.
Come.
La.
La.
Ka.
Ka. Sa. Salaki.
Da.
Da.
Wa.
Wa.
Okay, fella. So now next time you come back, you're gonna get a little more proficient, a little better every time you come, right?
Sir.
But it's fun. I read the Hebrew ready. And that's what, and you know, and Char's a good teacher. But that's what we want. We want to make sure when you every time, so you got homework to go and study, right?
Sir.
All right, Char, give me 7 verses of that. What we
Okay.
got?
We're verse 6.
Right. Well,
Exit.
give them chapter and verse.
It's like it. Exodus chapter 26 and verse 6.
26 and 6. All right, go ahead.
And thou shalt make 50 taches of gold
Go ahead.
and couple the curtains together with the taches.
There's that gold again, man.
Right.
Israel had gold everywhere, man. Rings, snuff bowls, menorahs. We had it. Finish reading, Sharp.
And it shall be one tabernacle.
One tabernacle. Look up tabernacle, Cosmar. Look it up so we get you over there. Get you joined. What you got? Look up tabernacle for me, officer.
It's the definition of tabernacle.
Yeah.
A fixed or movable habitation
See? Fixing a what?
or movable habitation.
That movable the habitation with Ark of Covenant again. In this case, is movable, right?
Right.
Later on, we're gonna find out when we read that David's temple that he did, and Solomon, of course, was fixed.
Right.
But now we got a what? Read that again.
A fixed or movable habitation.
Right. Right. And that's for the ark. That's for the Most High. This is what he's finished reading, Sharp. That's what tabernacle means in this case. Read that again, Sharp. Sorry.
Verse 7. Oh, read again.
Right. Go ahead.
Verse 6. And thou shalt, Exodus 26 and verse 6.
Right.
And thou shalt make 50 taches of gold
Right.
and couple the curtains together with the taches. And it shall be one tabernacle.
One tabernacle. Now that's you know what? Come on now. Let's think about this for a second. You know how big this thing was, man. They ain't break it down in like you have a Ringling Brothers, Barnum and Bailey, you know. This is a big ass thing they carrying.
Right.
And of course, I'm pretty sure they let the curtains down at night, or I'm sorry, I'll slack you. They had to have this thing. Forgive me. Let's read it exactly like it is. If they say it was one, what did it say? One what?
One tabernacle.
One tabernacle. When they carried that thing, they didn't want nobody to step into there, but the children of Israel, of course. And you ain't got no business, because the only time they went inside to the main place where the tabernacle, where the covenants, where the tablets, the showbread and all that stuff in the covenant was shown, was once a year, and that's when the high priest did it.
Right.
That was one of the Levites, right? He didn't want nobody else in it. That's why you think all these curtains, because the wind blew. Look at these curtains, man, 40 feet high, and you couldn't just go in there and just find your way in there by accident. Whoa, what am I doing here? No, la. This thing was made to make sure that it housed the what? The Ark of the Covenant. Finish reading, Sharp.
Verse 7.
Right.
And thou shalt make the curtains of goats' hide,
Right.
to be a covering upon the tabernacle.
Right.
11 curtains shalt thou make.
There go 11 more curtains. Go ahead.
Verse 8. The length of one curtain shall be 30 cubits.
Right.
And the breadth of one curtain 4 cubits.
There you go. There you go. That's that about 40 by 4. Go ahead.
And the 11 curtains shall be all of one measure.
One measure. What they mean? Like, oh yeah, just make them all. Make sure you make them by that pattern of. Make all of them. What did he say? Make all of them 30 by 4 cubits. Individual. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Verse 9.
In one measure, yeah. And it could be to put them together. I don't know, but I'm just saying, they all had to be that dimension. Go ahead.
Right.
Verse 9.
Right.
And thou shalt couple 5 curtains by themselves, and 6 curtains by themselves. And
Now that's the difference right there. Because the Most High is giving you a pattern. 5 by themselves, 6 by themselves. That's probably the ones that the high priest getting ready to open up or something. Go ahead.
and 6 by themselves.
Right.
And shall double the 6th curtain with the forefront of the
The
tabernacle.
forefront. Look up forefront. Let's see. We're giving an idea what this thing looked like, man, because people need to see why the Most High operate. Showed Moses. It's just a pattern. It's go ahead. Okay, yeah. Go ahead.
It's the definition of forefront.
Right.
The leading or the most important position or place.
The leading of the most what?
Most important position or place.
Okay, the leading of the most important position of the place, right?
Right.
The forefront, not the background, but the forefront.
Right.
So that's, go ahead, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Front line, cutting edge.
Cutting edge, front line, man.
Right.
In other words, this is it. In other words, is this give you an idea that thing had a place where it was a leading cut line. It was just, they had curtains there to go back behind it. This is an elaborate situation, man. The Lord gave this, the Most High gave this as a pattern for us to see, So we up here in 2022 reading back on this. We don't know, all the thing we know about this is what it looked like.
Right.
They had all this stuff, we in captivity, man, and we don't know nothing about this unless we read it.
Right.
So that's what we're doing, man, here in South. Go ahead. Sharp, where you at?
We at verse 10.
We're verse 10? Okay,
Verse
go
10.
ahead. Uh-huh.
And thou shalt make 50 loops of the edge of the one curtain.
Right.
That is outmost in the company.
Outmost. Yeah, go ahead.
And 50 loops in the edge of the curtain which completeth the second.
Mm-hmm. All right, go ahead.
Verse 11.
Yeah. I mean, it sometimes seems like it's getting mundane, okay. But we following along because we want to know what the Most High, we reading it just like the Most High put it down, right?
That's right.
Go ahead.
Verse 11.
Uh-huh.
And thou shalt make 50 and thou shalt make 50 taches of brass, and put the taches into the loops, and couple the tent together.
So it's a tent. It's basically a big old tent that they dragging through the desert. And because Moses went up there, now he's shown the pattern. Now they got an ark. So they got to put this ark. In other words, this ark ain't just to be seen every day. It's behind something. And that's what this is. It's behind, go ahead, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, just-
It's behind something. And what's behind there? It's the pattern of what Moses had done so that future generations, because you remember all of them died off in the wilderness.
Right.
All of them died off. And Moses, even he died off. Right? But go ahead, finish reading. What we got?
Verse 12.
Right.
And the remnant of the remainder of the curtains of the tent, and half curtain that remaineth shall hang over the backside of the tabernacle.
Yeah, I can imagine all that. Big old curtain, man. Go ahead. And this is what the Levites had to keep clean, you know, keep the dirt off, and that's why they didn't have time. Now you see why the Levites they didn't have back then, you know, they didn't have they had to be given food, you know, they had to eat these offerings, you know, the sin offerings. You come there with a pigeon that Levite's gonna have this thing for dinner in the evening. That same one that you cut the throat. Lord, forgive me for going over here and smoking this marijuana over here. You know, and he ate them. He ate them things. He ate that pigeon. That was his food, man. You know, go ahead.
Verse 13.
Right.
Exodus 26 and 13.
Right.
And a cubit on the one side, and a cubit on the other side.
Right.
Of that which remaineth in the length of the curtains of the tent. It shall hang over the sides of the tabernacle on this side and on that side to cover.
Yeah, finish reading. Go ahead.
Verse 14.
Right.
And thou shalt make a covering for the tent of rams, ram skin, dyed red, and a covering above badger's skin.
Yeah, those are animals. The badger. See, they had all them animals back then. You know, lambs and badgers and rams. Go ahead.
Verse 15.
Right.
And thou shalt make boards for the tabernacle of shittim wood standing up.
Right. Make boards, man. And these are big old boards, man. Shittim wood. We had talked. Look up shittim. Look up that. Because there were ships made of shittim wood, you know. Go ahead, look that up. Look and see what shittim is. Shittim wood. While we're there, you know, we might as well look up. Be diligent enough to look up the definition of some of these, whether we know or not. Let's look it up.
You want shittim wood or just
Shittim wood, because that's what this is, yeah. It says shittim wood, right. Read it for me loud and clear.
Okay.
Bob Kusha.
The wood of the shitta tree, any of several trees, genius, shitta tree, or plural shittim,
Right.
was used in the Tonka,
Right.
Tanakh, in the Tanakh to refer to trees belonging to the genera Valencia and Vertebraria. Oh my God.
Yeah. In other words, it's a tree, a shittim wood. That's what the trees that they had back then. Okay.
Right.
In other words, it must have been some sort of special tree, man. Strong. Go ahead.
It can be found growing wild in the Sinai Desert and the Jordan River Valley.
Okay, got it. And it's found where?
Found growing wild in the Sinai Desert
Okay.
and the Jordan River Valley.
And see, that's it. See,
Right.
So that's where they were going in the desert, and that's perfect right there. So that gives you an idea that they had plenty of shittim wood, man.
Right.
Okay, this stuff is probably durable, heavy, right? Finish
Right.
reading that, Char. Where we at? 15 or yeah?
We're at 16, but it's Hebrew.
Yeah.
Want to keep going?
Yeah, keep going. Just keep
Okay.
going.
Verse 16.
Right.
10 cubits shall the length of a board,
Right.
and a cubit and a half shall be the breadth.
Right. 10, right?
That's right.
10 cubits times a foot and a half. What's that? 10 and a half. What's half of 10? 5. That's about 15 feet, man. This is how big this board is. Finish reading.
Breadth of one board.
Right. And half. And then half of that.
Right.
So what, 15 by 7, 8, something like that? Ooh, these some big, and go ahead. 2 tenons
Verse 17.
Right.
2 tenons shall there be in one board.
I have no idea what a tenon is. Look at that word. I was wondering what that was. Go ahead and read that.
Which word?
Tenons.
T-E-N.
Verse 7. T-E-N.
O-N-S.
Yeah, there you go. Read that. See what that is.
It's like it, sir.
You got it?
Concept.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
This is the Oxford language.
Mm-hmm.
The definition of tenets is a projecting piece of wood made for insertion into a mortise and another piece.
Yeah, mortise is like a little cutout or something, you know. I guess those were like little pieces in the board. Mortise, you know how you got something you want to cut it out like a ledge or something. That's what that means, the mortise. So that's what this is. So the Lord has been specific. These some big boards, man. Finish reading, Sharp.
2 tenons
Right,
shall there be in one board,
right.
set in order, one against another. This shall thou make for all the boards of the tabernacle.
Right.
Verse 18.
Oh man. Hey, I just want y'all to understand that this is a big item they're carrying in the desert. You don't dare. Now you see why the Levites didn't have no time but nothing else but that, right?
Wow.
This is a big item that they had, and they had to carry this thing. I don't know what part they had to disassemble, but they had to have this thing hiding the Ark of the Covenant, so that they had to.
Right.
You know, this is like unbelievable, but that's what they did.
Right.
Go ahead, finish reading.
Verse 18.
Right.
And thou shalt make the boards of the tabernacle 20 boards on the south side,
Right.
southward.
Wow. 20 of them things. 20 of what we just got the 15 by 7 boards. Go ahead.
Verse 19.
Yeah.
And thou shalt make 40 sockets of silver unto the 20 boards.
There they go. There's no riches. Sockets of silver. They still got that money going. Israel had some. They had some riches back then, man, for all this in their camp, man. Go ahead. Nomadic people. They had trying to get to the promised land the Most High wanted them to do. That's over there with drive them Canaanites out, and they had to carry this thing with them. Go ahead.
Right. 2 sockets under one board
Right.
for his 2 tenons.
Right. 2 tons. Yeah.
And 2 sockets under another board for his 2 tenons. Verse 20. And for the second side of the tabernacle on the north side, there shall be 20 boards.
20 more boards. I'm pretty sure they getting tired, man. They bearing all this, man. You know, they got to carry all this. So you know they had to get their wine and their bread, and they probably looking at the Lord. Damn, how much more are you gonna add to it? Moses probably looking at his eyeballs and said, man, you know, I'm one of the Levites. I got to pass this on to my Levite brothers. You know, we got to carry all this. Slack you, sir. Well, how we gonna carry this? You know. In other words, he ain't hear nothing about the chariot wagon yet, did he? I don't know. I'm pretty sure they bore this stuff, man. They carried it. Go ahead. We'll find out here. Go ahead.
Salakia. 2 sockets under one board for his 2 tenons, and 2 sockets under another board for his 2 tenons.
Right.
Verse 20.
Right.
And the second side of the tabernacle on the north side, there shall be 20 boards.
Right.
Verse 21. And there are 40 sockets of silver. 2 sockets under one board, and 2 sockets under another board. Verse 22.
Right.
And for the sides of the tabernacle westward, thou shalt make 6 boards. Verse 23. And 2 boards shalt thou make for the corners of the tabernacle and the 2 sides. Verse 24.
Yeah.
And they shall be coupled together beneath, and they shall be coupled together above the head.
Now see that right there? Couple together. Now they're making them. It looks like they're going to be coupled together.
Right.
And so they're carrying all this. They couple together. They locking them.
Right.
So, or it could be that maybe some parts move, but the Bible doesn't say. You know, so I'm not gonna say. Right. Let's keep going.
Coupled together above the head of it into the ring, into one ring.
Right.
This shall it be for them both. They shall be for the 2 corners. Verse 25.
Right.
And they shall be 8 boards, and their sockets of silver,
Right.
16 sockets,
Right.
2 sockets under one board,
Right.
and 2 sockets under another board.
Right. Keep going.
And thou shalt make bars of shittim wood, 5 for the boards of the one side of the tabernacle. Verse 27. And 5 bars of the boards of the other side of the tabernacle. And 5 bars of the boards on the side of the tabernacle.
Man, this is huge.
Right.
You carrying wood,
Right.
curtains,
Right.
and walking with gold, which is heavy.
Right.
Look up. Well, anyway, yeah. That's the see how much gold weigh. Like just look it up when you get time. I'm curious. The code, just the specific gravity of gold. Just look up, see how heavy, like a. I don't know. I mean, just the weight of gold. What's the specific gravity? It'll tell you how much it weighs. Go ahead. I'm sorry. You got it?
Talking about like an ounce.
Yeah. How much ounce? Yeah, give me an ounce. How much ounce of gold weigh? Let's see what this stuff weighs. Give you an idea of what gold, silver, weighs something, but gold's heavy, man. And that shittim wood, everybody know how heavy wood is. You try carrying this camp equipment out here on our backs through the desert. And it's more than that. Go ahead, what you got, Kalataza?
It said the exact weight of the
Probably a troy ounce or something like that of
troy
gold.
ounce is equal to 31.1 grams.
31 point, and it takes 453 grams to make a pound. So there you go. So that's heavy. 31.1 ounce. Just an ounce of it weighed 31.1 grams.
Right.
Yeah, it's a certain part of a pound. So you can imagine what a gold bar would. Look up gold bar. See roughly, them bars they have in Fort Knox, stuff like that. Look up, see what. I'm just curious to see how much this stuff weighs, because I know gold's heavy, man.
I mean,
27 pounds.
27 pounds for a bar?
I'm looking it up now, but if I'm not mistaken, I think it's about 27.
Yeah, look that up. Let's be specific.
Salaki, sir.
Go ahead. What you got?
It say 27.4 pounds.
27.4 pounds. That's right, Kalataza. You right. 27.4 pounds for a gold bar, right?
Kind of, sir.
So you're looking at something about like that. That's you're heavy, man. That ain't no light item. And they got all this overlaid everything. Because they taking this, melting it down, putting it over. It ain't like they're carrying plastic around. Or and then they got brass too. Man, and no one else can touch this but the Levites. You think about that. Finch, what we got, Sharp?
We're at verse 27.
Right.
Verse 27.
Almost.
Exodus 26, verse
Right.
27.
Yeah, go ahead.
And 5 bars
Right.
of the boards
Right.
on the other side of the tabernacle.
Right.
And 5 bars on the board of the side of the tabernacle.
Right.
For the 2 sides westward.
Right.
28.
Right.
And the middle bar in the midst of the board shall reach from end to end.
And then finish read this.
29.
Yeah, go ahead.
And thou shalt overlay the boards with gold and make the rings of gold for places of the bars.
Right.
Thou shalt overlay the bars with gold.
Right.
And thou shalt rear up the tabernacle according to the fashion thereof which was showed thee in the mountain.
Yeah, in the mountain. In other words, Moses was still following the orders.
Right.
He was still doing what? What do we learn from all this? To follow the what? The orders, man. Read that 30 again.
Verse 30.
Right.
And thou shalt rear up the tabernacle according to the fashion thereof which was showed thee in the mountain.
And we're gonna stop it right there. In other words, follow the order, rear it up. Go ahead. I'm sorry about that. And keep up with what I've said, Moses. I've showed you this. Moses is sitting up there looking, the angels burning bush and fire, and looking at the Most High's glory up there. The angels showing him. He said, "And thou shalt what?" Shall I read that again? And rear up.
Verse 30.
Right.
And thou shalt rear up the tabernacle according to the fashion thereof which was showed thee in the mountain.
According to the fashion that was showed to you in this mount, Moses, you do exactly like I said. And that's why we got to follow all and keep things going, keep the traditions of what the Most High said, right?
That's right.
So let's stop it right here. Madia. Pick the scrolls up. Go to horn, Sharp.
Okay.
Sar, Hakwim means to turn, face the east. On the bar.
This is the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew.
Right.
Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Kodash, Hayah, Shamka, Yahweh, Malakuka, Taba'ah, Watazayaka, Hayah, Asha, Barataza, Kawa, Hayah, Bashemayim, Natalanawa, Lakam, Ko, Yawam, Wasalatanawa, Kapawadinawa, Kasalaknawa, Kapawadinawa, Wala'ah, Taba'ayanawa, Manasayawan, Abal, Hawasayanawa, Mayan, Right, Kaya, Laka, Hamalakwa, Wahala, Watapara, La'awalamia. Aman.
Aman. What he said in Hebrew, we said in English. Our Father,
Our Father,
which art in heaven,
which art in heaven,
hallowed be thy name.
hallowed be thy name. Yahweh,
Thy kingdom come,
thy kingdom come,
thy will be done,
thy will be done,
on
earth,
as it is in heaven.
as it is in heaven.
Give us this day,
Give us this day
our daily bread.
our daily bread.
Give us our debts.
Give us our debts.
Give our debt to us.
Give our debts.
Lead us not.
Lead us not
into temptation.
into temptation.
But deliver us.
But deliver us
from evil.
from evil.
For thine is the kingdom.
Thine is the kingdom.
Power.
Power.
Glory.
Glory.
Forever.
Ever.
So be it.
So be it. Hakak the power in the Hebrew. Yahweh, Bahashim Yahawashah, Habukashah, Satalanawa, Hakak, Larpa'ah, Kamakala, Okamarawa, Hakak, Latahar, Hamatazarium, Hakak, Lahatlium, Hamatyum, Hakak, Awakawath, Hatama Allah, Lagarish, Bahashim, Yahawashah, the water.
What he said in Hebrew, we said in English. Lord, in the name of Yahushua.
Lord, in the name of Yahushua.
Please give us the power.
Please give us the power.
To heal all manner.
To heal all manner
of sickness.
All
manner
manner
of disease.
of disease.
Power to cleanse the lepers.
Power to cleanse the lepers.
Power to raise the dead.
Power to raise the dead.
Power against unclean spirits.
Power against unclean spirits. To cast them out.
In the name of Yahushua.
In the name of Yahushua.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it.
To the bottom.
Bless Israel in the Hebrew. Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushua, Barak Lanawa, Wayasher Allah, Bahabayath, Sapari, Barak, Raba'ah, Magun, Hagun, Bahashim Yahushua, the water. Aman.
What he said in Hebrew, we said in English. Lord, in the name of Yahushua.
Lord, in the name of
Bless
Yahushua,
us.
bless us.
And Israel.
And Israel.
And the school.
And the school.
Bless, heal, shield, and protect.
Bless, heal, shield, and protect our loved ones.
In the name of Yahushua.
In the name of Yahushua.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it. Psalms 121. Asha'ai, Ayanya, Ahorim, Mahayan, Yaba'ai, Azariah, Ma'ayin, Yahweh, Aishah, Shemayim, Wa'arataza, Aliyatan, Lamawat, Ragalka, Yanawam, Shemarka, Hana'ah, La'ah, Yanawam, Wala'ah, Yayasan, Shawamah, Yashua Allah, Yahweh, Shemarka, Yahweh, Tazalka, Aliyah, Yamyanka, Yawamah, Hashamash, La'ah, Yakaka, Wayarak, Balayala, Yahweh, Yashamarka, Makar, Rai, Yashamar, Athnapashka, Yahweh, Yashamar, Taza'alka, Wabawatka, Ma'atah, Wa'ai, Awalam.
What he said in Hebrew, we said in English. I will lift up my eyes.
I lift up my eyes to the hills.
Which cometh my help.
Which cometh my help.
My help coming from the Lord.
My help coming from the Lord.
Which made heaven and earth.
Which made heaven and
He
earth.
will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He that keepeth thee.
He that keepeth thee
will not slumber.
shall not slumber.
Behold. He that keepeth Israel.
He that keepeth Israel
shall neither slumber.
shall neither slumber
Nor sleep.
nor sleep.
The Lord is thy keeper.
For the Lord is thy
The
keeper.
Lord is the shade upon thy right hand.
Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand.
The sun shall not smite thee by day.
The sun shall not smite thee by
nor the
day,
moon by night.
nor the moon by
The Lord
night.
shall preserve thee from all evil.
The Lord shall preserve thee from all
Thy
evil.
soul.
He shall preserve thy
The Lord
soul.
shall preserve thy going out.
The Lord shall preserve thy going
and
out
thy coming
and thy coming in.
From this time forth.
This time forth.
And even forever.
Even forevermore. Wow.
And the bar.
Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Alahaya, Adamaya, Laka, Al Takarash, Wa'al, Tashakwat, Al, Kaya, Hana, Awayabadika, Yahama, Yawan, Ra'ash, Al, Amka, Ya Arimwa, Sawada, Wayata, Ya Atazawa, Aya, Tazapawanyaka, Amarawa, Lakawa, Manakakina, Magawa, Wala'ai, Yazakar, Sham, Yasra'ala, Awadai, Kaya, Nawa Atazawa, Laba, Yakadwa, Aliyaka, Mariya, Yakarawa, Ahala, Adawam, Wai, Yashamai, Alahayam, Mawa Abba, Wahagaria, Gabal, Wa'amawan, Wa'amalak, Panasat, Imashabia, Tazawa, Gum, Asawa, Nalawa, Ima, Hayawa, Zarawa, Labanya, Lawat, Salah, Asha, Laham, Kamagin, Kasaya, Sara'ah, Kayabin, Barakar, Koyash, One, Nasamadwa, Ba'ayan, Da'ara, Hayawa, Daman, La'adama, Sayadamwa, Nada, Yapwan, Ka'arab, Wakazaba, Wakazabak, Wakatazal, Mana'ai, Kao, Nasayakamwa, Ashar, Armawa, Na'ariyash, Lanawa, Ath, Na'awa, Alahayim, Alahaya, Sayadamwa, Kagalia Galia, Kwakwash, Lapanya, Raka, Ka'ash, Taba'aria, Ya'ira, Wa, Kalahaba, Taba Ya'ira, Wa, Kalahaba, Talahat, Hariyam, Khan, Daradakma, Basaruka, Wabasa, Wapata, Tabahalam, Mala'ah, Panyaham, Kwalawan, Wayah, Baswa, Samka, Yahawa, Yabaswa, Wayah, Bahalwa, Adiyai, Wayah, Kapawa, Wayah, Abadwa, Wayah, Da'awa, Kaya, Ata, Samka, Yahawa, Labaka, Ayawan, Aya, Ka, Ha'aratazah.
What he said in Hebrew, we said English. Keep not thy silence.
Keep not thy silence.
Oh God.
Oh God.
Hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy peace.
Be not still.
Be not still.
Oh God.
Oh God.
For lo thy enemies.
For lo thy enemies. Make a tumult.
They that hate thee.
And they that hate thee.
Lifted up their heads.
Lift up their heads.
Taking crafty
They're
counsel.
taking crafty counsel.
Against thy people.
Against thy people.
Consult against thy hidden ones.
Consult against thy hidden ones. They have said, Come.
Let us cut them off.
Let us cut them off.
Being a nation.
Being a nation.
In the name of Israel.
In the name of Israel.
There be no more remembrance.
There be no more remembrance.
For they have consulted together.
For they have consulted together. With one consent.
Against thee.
That confederate against thee.
Tabernacles of Edom.
Tabernacles of Edom. Ishmaelites.
Moab.
Moab.
Hagari.
Gabal.
Ammon.
Amalek.
Philistines. Habs of Tyre. Yours also join with them.
So it's also joined with them.
Open the children of Lot.
They've opened the children of Lot. Salah.
Do unto them.
Do unto them.
As
the Midianites. As the Syria. As Jabin.
Kassan.
Which spares it endure.
They became the dung of the earth.
They become a dung of the earth.
Their nobles like a red.
Their nobles like a red. And like Zahir.
All the princes of Zabal.
Yeah, all the princes of Zabal. And as Amuna. Who said,
let us take to ourselves.
Let us take to ourselves. The house of Yahweh. In possession.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Make them like a wheel.
Make them like a wheel.
As a stump before the wind.
As a stump before the wind.
As a fire that burnt the wood.
As a fire burnt the wood.
As a fire that set the mountains on fire.
As the flame set the mountains on fire.
So persecute them.
With thy tempest.
Make them afraid.
Make them afraid. With thy storm.
Fill their faces.
Fill their faces.
Fill their faces.
Fill their faces.
With shame. That they may seek thy name. Oh Lord. Be confounded.
Let them be confounded.
In trouble forever.
In trouble forever.
Yea. Let them be put to shame.
Let them be put to shame. And perish.
That men may know. That thou, whose name alone is Yahweh. Of the Most High. Of all the earth. Sorry. Let's prepare to salute the Torah. Yahweh Hashem Yahshua Yah.
Yahweh Hashem Yahshua Yah.
Yahweh Hashem Yahshua Barakah. Yahweh Shem Yahweh Barakah.
How about Shemi Asha Rakia?
Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Barakah. Yahweh
How about Shemi Asha
Barak.
Barakia?
There you go. It scrolls down. All right, we're going to conclude our Sabbath service. Anybody like to be anointed at this time?
I get anointed.
Okay, go ahead. Let's go down. With the oil. Just a man behind me, we're going to repeat our anointing prayers, okay? Just a man behind me. Yahbarakya.
Yahbarakya.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Washamarka.
Washamarka.
Ya'ar.
Ya'ar.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Panywa.
Panywa.
Aliyaka.
Aliyaka.
Wanakaka.
Wanakaka.
Yasha'ah.
Yasha'ah.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Panywa.
Panywa.
Ahalya.
Yahaya.
Washamlaka.
Washamlaka.
Shalom.
Salam.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Bashim.
Bashim.
Yahushai.
Yahushai.
Barak.
Barak.
Bashim.
Bashim.
Yahushai.
Yahushai.
Barak.
Barak.
Rapa'ah.
Rapa'ah.
Magun.
Magun.
Agun.
Magun.
Sure.
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 Bashim Yahushai.
Bashim Yahushai.
The water.
The water.
Aman.
Amen.
Anybody else? Anybody else? Okay, go ahead. Yes. Let's go. Just a minute behind me. Repeat the anointing prayer, right? Yahbarak Yahweh.
Yahbarak
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yashamarka.
Yashamarka.
Yahweh.
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 Panywa.
Panywa.
Alika.
Alika.
Wayakanka.
Wayakanka.
Ash'ah.
Ash'ah.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Panywa.
Panywa.
Aliyah. Washamnika.
Washamnika.
Shalom.
Shalom.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Bashim.
Bashim.
Yahushai.
Yahushai.
Barak.
Barak.
Rapa'ah.
Rapa'ah.
Magun.
Magun.
Agun.
Magun.
Nayah.
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 Bashim Yahushai.
Bashim Yahushai.
The water.
The water.
Aman.
Aman.
Anybody else? That's it. What we said in English, Yahweh bless thee and keep thee. Yahweh make his face shine upon thee and be gracious unto thee. Yahweh lift up his countenance upon thee and give thee peace. Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, bless, heal, shield, and protect. Let's clap it up for the brother. Yeah, this concludes our Sabbath services. And we guys, we participate every week, so come and visit us again, okay?
That's right.
All right. Clap it up for class.